Hey, YouTubers, Tasman here, bringing you another episode of Tasman's Foundry Virtual Tabletop version 13 from the ground up. And so I had a comment um, that was not really someone saying, hey, you're an idiot, you're doing it wrong kind of thing, but they did point me in a direction that I did not know was there. And I wanted to bring it to your guys' attention as well, because this little tip is way better than my entire last video. So about changing the mod version. Maybe a lot of you guys already know this, but I didn't at the time. So I think it's not updating. Let me just hit refresh real quick and close that out. I think it was done updating, but what I wanted to point out, two things. One is that how we locked our file. Well, I locked the files, I guess. So we had the tome ones, right? And we came in and we said, okay, yeah, lock it just in case. You don't have to unlock it, first of all. And so I think I did this one, and the creature codex. Yes, the creature codex. So you don't need to actually, I keep wanting to click on install. I don't want to click on install. You don't need to unlock it because, for example, this is actually kind of cool. So you'll see that if we go to our tome of beasts, this one right here actually had an update. And so I think my guess is all they did was change the version number, because I don't think they actually did anything big with it. But let's hit refresh and just see if it actually does it here or where. But one thing I want to point out is you'll actually see this doesn't change to anything else. It'll actually, and we'll be able to check it. There you go. So you can now see Tome of Beasts is now at 13. So locking it uh, isn't the best idea unless you have a very specific reason. But now you can see it is actually version 13, but you'll see Tome of Beasts, and here's the secret right here. By the way, it was Flying Free 333 that commented on my, I guess it was episode 69, and says you can just right click the module in the Foundry setup add-on modules and select edit and change the version number. So where I was telling you, yeah, you go open the file, you go find the module.json. You don't have to do that. So we can simply come in here and actually just click on this little edit module. And then in here, you can actually see, if we scroll down, that we have our minimum, verified, and the maximum version. So you don't actually need to do that. Now, once again, this is still do at your own risk. And we didn't do it on 2. That's why it's showing here. But if we go look at 3, you'll see it should still have our change that we actually did, which was, I don't know why it keeps jumping like that. Version 13 is what we put in there, where the default I think was 12. So you don't need to actually do it that other manual way. But anyway, this is actually, I didn't even really realize that this whole section was here, where you can go look at the basic details of it. You can look at the author information, the website of it, the author's name, all kinds of really good information here. And you know change what is needed to be changed. I'd be other than this version thing, I probably wouldn't change anything else. And then here's like your dependencies and stuff like that. So so there is that right there. And then you can click edit module to close it. So the other thing I wanted to point out, is this all I wanted to do here? Yeah, I think it is. So the other thing I wanted to point out is, last time I was like, oh yeah, and in DAE, or not DAE, automated animations, you can choose other things. So what I was thinking I would do is, actually, I'm using my other version. This is still the one that's on my Molten hosting, like I say before. great hosting service. They've always been there for me anytime I needed them with any help and stuff. So definitely, if you're looking for some place, you can get some decent hosting for super cheap. Hold on, let me see. I don't think I typed that right. Come on, I'm doing great. There we go. So anyway, there is that. So we're gonna go ahead and mark it all as seen for our big bad module manager guy. The Tome Beast now you actually see shows up as an official thing saying, hey, we're version 13. I honestly don't think they did much more than check for errors and change the version number because it worked fine. So hopefully that they're gonna do I mean 2 already works, but it'd be really nice to get it updated to version 13. 3 works with boosting it to 13. There's also they have prepared 1 and 2, which I actually have on Foundry as well, which are just little adventures and stuff. And that also says it doesn't work with version 13, but I haven't tried those. All right, so as you might have been able to tell, I've been stalling while I was waiting for my other table to come up. So this is actually a copy of my game that I run on Friday nights with some friends and stuff that I was doing some testing on. So I'm going to leave the windows. I'm not going to really change the size of the window, but I wanted to show you really quick. I'll make it a little smaller. Something like, I guess I could do the top. So this is a Pathfinder 2e game. But if we go into one of these characters here and double click them, I think I have this dumb pause thing there. And then we go into, say, one of their spells. And of course I pick some of those that have spells. So let's pick, he's a Magus. Magus has spells. I think this game pause thing is not letting me click on them. All right, so if we come in here, we go under spells, and I know Electric Arc has an animation to it. So we come in here, and where? Oh, I know what. I know. Why did I not see? Do I have to go to spell preparation? Maybe Electric Arc here. There we go. That's the one I needed. So if we come in here and then we go look at the automated animations right here, I just wanted to kind of show you what it actually looks like when there are more than one. So as you can see, automated animations does work with Pathfinder 2e as well. However, like if you needed custom, you can always do that. So if we come in here and we go under here, now you'll actually see we have variants, which is kind of nice. So we'll do the electric arc real quick. Which I'm assuming because it says it actually found a global match, there's one called Electric Arc. So it's going to be range, it's going to be a spell, it is going to be, I don't know. Let's see, what's variant do? Does that change these? No. Oh, that I know what that actually is. So, which one is Electric Arc gonna follow? Can I actually see what it has? Copy from, no. Secondary. I can't remember. So let's just play with this a little bit and see. So we're gonna go ahead and pop up our little preview window. So I know this isn't Electric Arcs. It's saying it's Electric Arc because that's what we're in, but this technically is not Electric Arc. This is Chain Lightning, and it's almost like Magic Missile. But this is fine. So we can say do magic missile, and you can see we have variant 1. Oh, no, I want something with 2 variants at least. Let's do chain lightning because it had two variants. So here's our chain lightning. We're going to go ahead and show you the second variant. So you'll see the animation's just a little bit different. Looks like it's faster. It kind of swirls in a circle. I'm trying to see if I notice. It seems like the big blast disappears quicker. But some of the things you can actually do is you can come in here and say, oh, I want this to actually be dark green because it's you know, witch bolt or something else. So you still have the same animation, but instead you actually have these different variants, like this very nice dark purple. I actually like that. I like the black in the middle, or well, I guess actually dark purple. So this is if you actually have the Patreon version of JB2A. So as you can see, there's lots of options. Then we have this green, we have the dark green, we have orange, we have regular purple, purple and blue, red and yellow. And then of course you also have this option of random, which is kind of cool. So every time it does it, I don't think it does it here, but every time that it actually does it, it will just randomly choose one of those, which could also be kind of cool. So that's kind of one of the things that I wasn't able to show you last time, but I kind of wanted to really be able to show you. Yes, there are lots of variants, lots of other things, and there are just lots and lots of these animations and options. I want to go in. I'm imagining if we go back into sequencer here and go to JB2A, there has to be electric arc in here. Maybe I can search GLEC. No. Let's cast electric arc and see what it actually looks like. So the neat thing about some of these animations, and it might actually be that very one. I'm going to bring Avaris, maybe. Let me go. Looks like it's doing pathfinding. I think this is a big room, or not a big room, but I'm going to put in 2 bad guys in here real quick. So let's go here and nope. Go to Abomination Vaults. We're in actors, so we're good there. Let's go and grab just a couple creatures, maybe like 2 giant flies or something. So Electric Arc, one of the nice things about it is that if there is another creature within 30 feet of it, it will actually jump to that second creature. So if we bring our second fly here, and you can see him good. And he is going to go ahead and target both of them by holding shift and hitting T on that one, and then T on that one. And then we're going to go ahead and do our electric arc. So if we come in here, go to electric arc, and I want to make sure this is all down so you can see it. And we'll go ahead and do it. Oh, hold on. Now, do it. So you'll see it actually jumped from one to the other one, which is actually a really cool feature. And I believe it actually pays attention to which one you actually targeted first. Let's move this over here. We're going to see if we can actually get it to do this one and then jump to that one. So we're going to untarget. So we're going to just T off that one and that one. So I'm going to hit T there. Whoops, forgot to hold shift and then T there. So now it's this other direction. Let's see if it works right. I'm pretty sure it will. There you go. So as you can see, it actually does that. And I think it only does it one. Let's just double check. Yeah, 1 or 2 targets. So if we had a third one, it probably would not target that one at all. And we can actually try that as well. So let's move this guy up a little bit. We'll put another fly right here just to test it. Creatures. Another fly. I passed it. Did I? Yes, I did. All right, so we'll put a third fly right here. We'll target him as well. He's our third target. And we'll see if it's smart enough to do that. 1 to 2. Oh, actually that one did all 3. Now, does it jump an extra? Let me just double check something real quick. You do electricity. The animation doesn't know better. It's just running from one to the other. But anyway, so that, in a nutshell, that's just basically those options. But you'll see if we go back in here, I just wanted to show you really quick. There are boatloads if you have the Patreon version. Just boatloads of these things. So if we go, let's see, under what's dagger? Are there multiple daggers? So we have melee, we have a returning dagger. So you could have the dagger be thrown, and then you can have a dagger that returns back to you. So if you have, you know, returning or whatever on a dagger, you do that. I'm actually surprised that that went a distance. I guess it's if they're here to here. Throw would actually go a distance, and that's probably the one you'd want the return with. And then like under Cure Wounds here, we have the 400 pixel versions. We have this one, so you have a nice Cure Wounds 200 pixel there, 400 pixel there. Can't really see a big difference. I'm really actually curious what they use for electric arc. Hold on, I want to check something. Sorry. I'm wondering if that's actually the chain lightning, but then it has the secondary chain lightning. I'm wondering if I can actually look it up somewhere. Let's go to what's the easiest way to get there? Let's go to our compendiums and spells. There's so much stuff with Pathfinder 2e. Actor Adventures, Legacy. Actually, I guess I could just search it, right? We could go to items, only show me items. And then down here, we should hit spells right there. And it's a first, actually it's a 0. It's a cantrip. And if we come down here to electric arc, I imagine somewhere you can actually see what's running. So automated animations. What are our options here? Copy, global match found, submit and close. I thought there, oh, maybe it's this. Global automatic recognition menu, info. That is not what I wanted. Okay, maybe it's in here. So if we go to ranged and do ELE, electric arc. Okay, I think we can actually do it here. So if I click on this, we should be able to see. Yeah, technically it's just using the chain lightning and then it's branching. So I believe we can actually see everything in here as well. Sound only, add macro, delete metadata, advanced. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I know there's somewhere in here that you can actually see more of the information. Macro only, compendium. I might have to look that up, but I know there is something in here. Elemental form, no. Menu. Can't remember where it is. Huh. Anyway, I believe there is somewhere. I don't think it's the diagnostic sequencer effects permission, player and above. Looks like everything's good except for that one. So I'm just clicking on these up here. We have the settings, the diagnostics. I don't think it's in settings. No. All right. Well, anyway, so I just wanted to show that. I wanted to show that the way of doing the module thing, just in the modules itself is way better than doing it the way I was showing you. So definitely do it that way. And I also want to do that. I'm kind of getting to a spot. I want to go through our modules and actually focus on any that actually say they're just for 5e and that they're updated for version 13. And then I think it'll be time that we actually move over to Pathfinder 2e and kind of do a lot of these other options that are in here. I don't think there's a whole lot more with 5e. Let's check 5e. So we have custom abilities and skills. I do know that one. That one probably won't do. That one probably won't do. Animations. I think that's just another type of thing for that. Sheet notes. This one I'm wondering about. Tidy 5e sheets. Oh, we did the NPC one. This one's okay, I guess. But as you can see, there's not a whole lot left that are specifically to 5e, or at least with 5e in its title. The D&D 5e animations, if I remember right, is just more of those type of animations. So you can see it's animations. It does say best to have those with it. One thing you always want to look for when you're doing that is just see if there's any conflicts. If it says, you know, you can't use this with automated animations or whatever, then you definitely want to choose. But this module automatically configures automated animations with over 1,000 animations. So dang, that's a lot more. So that's really good. So this one, I don't think there's a lot that we can actually enable or anything like that, but it is a good one. I've actually used this one before. We can actually just enable it. The other one is it pre-mades? P-R-E. I think it might be. I think it's Gambit's. No, it can't be Gambit's pre-mades, is it? It says it's for 13. There's one that's really nice too that actually lets you on a character sheet see what things are actually hurting. So I'm going to look into that and make sure we have that. But there are a lot of modules we still have to go through. But I think once we get through some of these D&D 5, oh, I didn't do it. Once we get through the D&D 5e, we'll just go ahead and load up Pathfinder, talk about this system a little bit. There is so much with how the system works, what the system can do in Pathfinder 2e that I don't, no way on earth I could cover it all. But if we kind of go over the interface, basic things, where things are and things like that, and then I figure we would do a tiny bit of the beginner box adventure, just like we did with the Lost Mines of Phandelver under the Shattered Obelisk or whatever it was called. I think that then after that we'll go back into doing these. It was this one. Save. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Aside from that, comment, like, and subscribe. Join oh wait, click that little notification bell. Oh, I know why I didn't do this one. Click that little notification bell. Join my Discord channel. Tell other people about my channel. Check it out if they like what they see. They can sub. We grow the channel. Everybody wins, and that is it, my friends. Until next time, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.